time. Tea time.
Mushroom funk.
There's just like a ray of puer light.
Yeah, puer mushrooms just start raining down from the sky.
So we got some Taiwan sourcing.
Yeah, so I was recently part of a blind taste with a bunch of people, and this was one of the well-liked teas amongst the group there. It was not personally my number one, but it was the one that most people voted for as being like one of the better ones.
Cool.
So this is the Taiwan Sourcing Overlord, which is a roasted oolong by Simon, who does those over there.
Nice.
Sources those teas.
Awesome. Yeah, it looks like a lightly roasted oolong. Definitely not charcoal or blackened in any way.
Yeah.
It smells like it too.
Yeah. Well, I am excited. We just pounded a meal of Vietnamese food, so this is going to be what cuts it.
Yeah. That smell. It smells great. Excuse me. Smell the roast.
Yeah, it smells really nice.
Yeah.
A lot of sweetness, a lot of caramel.
Yeah. All right. And I eyeballed the guy one here, and this is gonna fill up completely. So I used maybe like 1.5 pearls deep for such a small little volume at the bottom there.
Yeah.
And over the first 4 steepings, it's gonna expand dramatically.
Right.
Color. And look at that.
Yep, they're already quite expanding.
Yep.
And Denny, are these sorts of teas regular brews for you?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And
Smells
really,
great.
yeah, and
Really
really friendly
nice.
for friends too. I like if I'm gonna grab something, it's gonna be a Taiwanese one for a friend.
Yeah.
Most likely.
What if the friend smells that and they're like, "This sucks"? Do you stop being their friend?
Yeah.
Or do you change the tea?
The eject hatch button.
Yeah.
Fly out into space.
And then you just glare around the rest of the room and like, anyone else?
Yeah. Who's next? Yeah, that's how we do it in democracy.
yeah.
I'm gonna this is hot. I'm gonna quickly start this one here. Cool. Yeah, and these teas are fantastic to bring out with friends backpacking or whatever. God, excuse
The
me.
ultralight. Yeah.
Jeez,
Yeah.
so much man cleavage. I apologize.
If you want to see the most flesh, you just got to turn it into the first 2 minutes. There was one video where Google was like, "Oh, you can't show ads on this one," and it was actually because I mentioned selling drugs in the first 2 minutes. Shit, did I just mess up this one? My bad.
Hopefully, don't do it long enough.
Yeah. Did we pass that threshold? But I think it was actually secretly because you were showing too much flesh.
Definitely. Yeah. All right.
Can't get past the censors. Censoring all the good media.
Cheers.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, YouTube's trying to cancel TeaDB for sure. Our renegade political show.
Yeah. You know, if that happened, we'd probably get more viewers.
That's true. Although the kind of viewers would be interesting. Okay, what do you think?
Very true.
Yeah.
Floral, very sweet. Pretty simple for steep, but I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Not a lot of depth, but tasty to start. And yeah, floral. Not like fresh green floral though. Like very like spring flowers.
Right, not grossly floral.
Oh yeah, great aroma.
Can taste a little bit of the minerals into the steep too. Yeah,
Yes, exactly. The front of it is a little minerally. And I have a wooey. It's like I expect that to just like turn up so hard, and this one faints at it, and then you're back into much more of those sweeter notes. And
right.
I like the balance of the roast on this. It's not so roasted that it's tastes like I couldn't tell that it's fresh. You know what I mean?
Right. And I think that's what a lot of people liked about this one too, is like the roast does not overshadow the base material.
Right.
You can still sort of taste the quality there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smooth.
Would you say, as far as like being on the roasted oolong spectrum, would you say this one's like less roasted than average?
Yeah, definitely. I put it in like the under 50%.
Okay.
Yeah, and you know, and also I don't really think that roasting this more would take anything, would like soothe any abrasive flavor. So I wouldn't see why you would want to roast something like this more, unless you just wanted to develop that roasted flavor and maybe age it.
Right.
Some teas I think can just be stronger at the gate and enjoy a roast a little bit more than something like this. So yeah, I think the material is great. I think the color too is beautiful, very yellow.
Mom test?
I mean, yeah, I think so. Tastes like sugar is added to it. It's so sweet.
Right. Yeah. This would pass most people's test, I think, as far as at least being pleasant for a very maximal amount of audience members. Yeah.
Cheers. It's nice. Excuse me. I think I'm gonna try to hit it with some hotter water. I want it to thicken up a little bit more.
Right.
See if
Yeah.
we can.
It's very pleasant so far, but it's not terribly complex. It's very sweet.
Right.
Very welcoming profile, I'd say.
Yeah. Let's push it a little bit and see if we can tease out some harsher and maybe more subtle notes at the same time.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm using a lot of leaf on this too, so I think a pretty forgiving tea in general, and probably great for folks who are just getting, into brewing tea to try out.
It's a good gateway tea.
For sure. Yeah, easy to brew. I'm gonna actually pour a little bit off of here so I don't burn myself. And the cool thing too about these oolongs is that when you're brewing, just from a technique perspective, once you get enough tea in there, you can have the lid like heavily offset, and all of the leaves in there are just going to hold everything
Right,
together.
yeah.
Whereas
like
a black tea,
if you had like a pour or some sort of compressed thing, you do this and you're just going to get just dust.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
And that's why how you end up in dust like there, and it's inevitable. It's
Yeah, and
that's
this
not a bad thing with those teas, but
almost
you get
completely
very
pure.
clean.
Right. Always a nice part of these oolongs.
Yeah.
Let's see how we do on this one. We try to push this a little bit with some heat.
Cheers.
Cheers. A bit more of the roast.
Yeah.
This time around, maybe a little bit more of the mineraliness and deeper flavors.
I think a hint of nuttiness is what I'm picking up on. That's a little different.
Yeah, a little bit more creamy, and tasty. I mean, really enjoyable to drink. Definitely for me, like a daily driver, I would say.
Right. And I think it takes the heat just fine. This is not even close to biting back.
Not at all. Look at how much leaf there is. It's still kind of compressed in there a little bit, and yeah, exactly. It's not biting back at all. I think you could overdo this one and leave it, and it would still be pretty tasty. So
For sure.
yeah, and I could see this also being really good once you're finished with your session. Throw it into a big jug in the fridge, and then have iced tea the next day too. So Taiwan Sourcing, Google. Scott set that up with what's the guy's name? Pete?
Simon.
Sorry. And this is a great tea. If you've never had a roasted oolong, excuse me, I think this is an awesome pickup. To give it a shot and see what you think. Maybe grab this as a light oolong, and then like a charcoal roasted oolong to just get a sense of the spectrum of roasted oolongs.
Yeah, something a little roastier.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but really tasty. A great balance of green notes, freshness, and then the sort of like creaminess and nuttiness that the roast brings. So, yum. Check us out on TeaDB, Google, not Yunnan Sourcing, Taiwan Sourcing.
Give this to your mom. Give this to your ultralight packing mom because it passes both tests.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll see you guys next time.